Awakened Imagination, The Power of Awareness. Two books in one. So I'm going to take a wee chapter every now and again and just read it to you because this book is a game changer. I think all the truth is in here. Well, all the truth that I want to have anyway. It certainly changes your life. So in this book, there's a little book called Awakened Imagination at the back. And I'm going to do the first chapter. Who is your imagination? When you find out this, wow, then your life starts to change. So isn't it funny that with our imagination, that sometimes people call it like, "Oh, sure, Sheena, you're just living in your imagination, like it's poo-pooing." But then everything has come from imagination, hasn't it? You know, the mobile phone, the car, everything. And they say, my God, hasn't he got a brilliant imagination? So how do we take one thing and then build it up or criticize it in another way just to suit our purposes, doesn't it? Do you ever think about that? And I was always told that I lived in La La Land and I had delusions of grandeur whenever I was younger from my daddy. And it's like, well, it's a good place. Why don't you come and join me? So let's hear what Neville Goddard's got to say about this. What I love is his start is identify the central figure of the Gospels with human imagination. So, what does he mean by that? All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. So what he's saying here is that him is your imagination. All things were made by imagination, and without imagination was not anything made that was made. Imagine, does that change your whole view of what's been said in the Bible? I of my own self can do nothing. The imagination within me does the work. Wow. Imagination is the very gateway of reality. What's going on in your imagination? Is it good stories? Because if it's good stories, then you wouldn't be afraid. But if you're not having good stories going around, that's why you're afraid. Think of your imagination like a garden. And if you've got all these weeds in it, my goodness, it's going to crucify any of the nice things that could come through. And so why don't you plant some nice thoughts in it? And then just rid of those weeds. Can it really be that simple? Can life really be that simple? By imagination, we have the power to be anything we desire to be. Do you notice it says not have everything, be everything? We've got to be it first. It's like a computer program. We've got to be it first. You either are or you're not. And that's it. There is no in between. When you make a decision, don't doubt the decision after it because you get your doubts instead. Or it's a 50-50. Thank goodness you go to sleep. Otherwise, we'd be crucified more than we are now. Christ is us in our imagination. We then realize only as we live by imagination can we truly be said to live at all. See, we're all living from our imagination. There isn't anything that we're doing. Everything is imagination. Like, think of it. Is there anything outside your consciousness right now? Am I outside your consciousness? Is your body outside your consciousness? As soon as you become aware of something, it's in your consciousness, therefore it's within you. Wow. Just sit with that. Maybe you'll stop the video at this point and just actually just lean into that one. There's nothing outside your consciousness. Nothing and nobody. You are experiencing everything as yourself. Woo. So what Neville wanted to know was, is imagination power sufficient itself capable of executing the idea? So where did the idea come from anyway? You see, how I see it is that our heart is the tuning device and that our senses are the antennae that are going out and bringing back the stuff that matches our senses and matches what we're listening to. So if my heart's on Hate FM, then I'm going to be listening to Hate FM messages. If my heart's on Love FM, then I'm going to be hearing love messages. And imagination is, haven't you ever found some circumstances that you just open your mouth and you find your mouth's talking and you're just like, oh my God, why am I still talking? Why is this still going on? Because you'd already been there, you'd already seen it, and now it was just acting itself out. You'd already felt it, and it was acting out. So imagination is doing all the work, whether you like it or not. So Neville says, experience has convinced me that an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. That continuous imagination is sufficient for all things. Continuous imagination, not doing the odd affirmation here and there, and then living the rest of the day in worry, going to church and praying to God, and then spending the rest of the week in worry, doubt, shame, and guilt. That's the sin. That's the separation of yourself from who you are, to think that there's something else outside of you, to think that you're not God. Who else would there be? Who else would you be? If everything is God and everything is love and everything is light, who the heck are you? It's arrogance, isn't it? But we've been taught otherwise. We taught it was arrogance to think we were God, but it's actually arrogance to think that you're not. And that's the very sin itself. And by the way, if you heard a bit of farting going on, my partner is over there and he just farted, and I wanted to let you know it wasn't me. So let's break it. He's giggling in the corner back there, and I am doing my best just to keep going. But sure, what the heck? Nothing really matters anyway. He's killing himself laughing. You want to hear him? I'll show you him now, but he's half naked, so we'll not be doing that. Anyway, he's still laughing. I'm just going to ignore him now. We cannot get hold of the truth with the logical mind. Oh, so you may as well imagine it. Anyway. I love this. The moment a man discovers that his imagination is Christ, he accomplishes acts on which this level can only be called miraculous. But until man has the sense of Christ as his imagination, he will see everything in pure objectivity without any subjective relationship, not realizing that all that he encounters is part of himself. He rebels at the thought that he has chosen the conditions of his life, that they are related by affinity to his own mental activity. Man must firmly come to believe that reality lies within him and not without. Wow. You see, what I realized was when I took 100% responsibility was the moment then that I realized that I could do nothing wrong and I was able to give 100% responsibility back. And just, I choose my state first. I choose love before I speak. Sometimes, I get off balance, off center. And that was the chair, just in case that noise has come through as well. So it's just about bringing ourselves back to center. And when we're one and we realize that everything is going on in our imagination, these are the temples that we were speaking about. And it's not like that it's in here. It's just like, like on an email, that you have the icon on the front of your computer. Well, this is just the icon. This is like the reference point. This is where we point to and click, and then it opens everything up. So learn to see with vision rather than sight. Sight is yesterday's news. And if we keep focusing on yesterday's news, we're saying yes to today. Yesterday. Yes to today. So right here, right now is a moment to just use your imagination and give other people a gift. Did you know that if you think of somebody, you've given them a gift? Now, if you think horrible things, then that's the gift that you're giving them. If you think good things, then that's the gift you're giving them. Because here's the last sentence here. Although others have bodies, a life of their own, their reality is rooted in you, ends in you, as yours ends in God. Why don't you give yourself a great gift today? Walk around in that beautiful imagination, clean it out of anything that's not worthy of love, and give it to other people on the way past. Remember, The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Brilliant book. Just fantastic. Have a wonderful day. And like and share this and subscribe if you haven't. Let other people, if this resonated, maybe it will help waken people up to their brilliance. See ya. Bye-bye.